When are we going to get the Wicked trailer?
I read that it was going to be whenever they re-release the first one, like in June or something.
I won't believe it till Christopher tells me.
I don't want to think about that right now. I'm still working on Wicked 1, to be honest. I had to deal with some Bulgarian bullshit for it this morning.
I hate Bulgarian bullshit.
I heard Bulgarian bullshit.
Bulgarian
those Aryans love them some Wicked. Paradoxically, they love it.
Paradoxically. Oh, that was the end of the music.
We talked to the music.
I am not prepared. Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of Verge, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our Alien RPG adventures. This is Alien Campaign Destroy of Worlds, episode number 3. We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday. You can watch all of our live series as well as reviews on my YouTube channel. You can also listen to all of these live shows, the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. For our campaign, we use Roll20 Video Chat. We use Discord. For streaming, I use OBS Studio. And here is your Game Mother, not Dungeon Master, Game Mother. I made sure to update
Game Mother
this time. Chris, please.
Hello, I am your Game Mother, Chris, and I am joined by our squad of badass Marines. Reese playing Squad Captain Beatrice Silva.
Not a Bulgarian.
Not a Bulgarian. Eric playing Artificial Person Warrant Officer Chaplain.
Hello.
Ray playing Gunnery Sergeant Luca Mason.
Hello.
And Heather playing Private First Class Ruth Ann Dante.
Oh, that is me. I am Private First Class Dante.
You are. I'll give you guys something more interesting to look at.
Come on, dice.
Come
on,
also,
dice.
I also might be very, very stressed out.
You might, yeah. A few of you are very stressed out.
Oh my gosh.
Previously on Destroyer of Worlds.
You guys should be robots. It's way better.
While Captain Silva and Dante deal with the sudden appearance of a horrific creature in the cells of the police station, Chaplain and Mason arrive at the hospital with corporate boss Jennifer Wilson and her Weyland-Yutani commandos. The hospital is as empty as most of the town, with only a nervous receptionist greeting them. They immediately learn that Carvalho is here, and with a doctor who refuses to see them. Chaplain suggests that Miss Wilson remain by the main entrance while he and Dante go in and see what's going on. They find the doctor outside. I'm going to turn that off. I didn't mean to loop that. I just meant for it to play once.
Those crickets?
It's just beeping. Chaplain suggests that Miss Wilson remain by the main entrance while he and Dante go in and see what's going on. They find the doctor outside the room is frantic, telling the Marines to go away and drawing a sidearm in desperation. Mason and Chaplain talk him down and learn that Carvalho is infected with some kind of bioorganism, with a parasite growing inside his abdomen. It's growing too large too quickly, and even as they speak, Carvalho awakens long enough to yell something about needing to get to the refinery in order to get off-world before the man's chest begins to convulse. Mason hands Chaplain an incendiary grenade, who enters the patient's room and barricades the door as a snake-like creature the size of a small dog rips out of the doomed Marine's chest, attacking Chaplain with its razor-sharp tail. Only armed with a scalpel, the android quickly plunges it into the creature's skull, killing it but receiving a splash of acidic blood.
He said Doom Marine, so I'm literally picturing the Doom guy.
The Doomslayer, yeah.
Doomslayer.
Damaging its systems, but remaining operational. Retcon. It's still operational. Mason shoots out the glass window and dramatically enters, worried about her friend. Back at the police station, the larger drone creature charges at Dante, but then stops short. It seems to study her, then turns his attention towards poor Sheriff Hyams, who falls backwards and scrambles away, automatically closing the cell block door. With the door closed, the creature turns back towards Silva, still in the cell, and charges. Silva kicks out at the beast and slams the cell door shut, keeping the powerful bars between them. The drone won't be deterred and begins bashing its own head against the bars, its acidic blood beginning to eat away at the metal, unsettling the trapped Silva. Dante grabs the keypad from the sheriff and aims her gun at the drone, drawing its attention. The drone turns its attention back into the main lobby, Once again, it ignores Dante, but gleefully rips apart the 2 corporate security soldiers who are attempting to use its stunning prods, presumably on orders to take it alive. At the hospital, Miss Wilson arrives, telling her security officers to secure the small creature for transport. Chaplin uncharacteristically refuses, privately telling Mason that this whole area must be purified and that the creature is far too dangerous. Mason agrees, and Chaplin drops the incendiary grenade in the room, and the pair grab Wilson and run out, not looking back as the room is engulfed in flame.
Yeah.
Wilson is annoyed, but unfazed as the group agrees to leave the hospital. They check in with Silva and the others. What they hear is screams and gunfire. Meanwhile, Dante runs to a far corner, auto-closing the cell block door again, and equips her RPG. The shot misses, probably for the best, as Silva had just finished hacking the door to reopen it, coming face to face with the glistening ebony creature. Silva is able to lob a grenade at the creature, blowing off one of its limbs, before it spins and hisses, sending the stressed captain fleeing back into the cell, and probably saving her life, as Dante fires again, this time hitting the mark. 2 massive explosions in a row, as the creature erupts into alien viscera and acid.
Okay.
As the hospital team begins to leave, the doctor has one last bit of information to give them. The other 2 AWOL Marines were in the hospital last night, and while Carvalho and one of the women had both had some kind of microorganism in their blood, Carvalho had a creature growing inside, while the woman was reacting differently, changing to something inhuman, complete with a venom sac in her jaw that the doctor feared would mean a spread of the organism. And as the Marshall team begins to leave, Dante picks up one of the Weyland-Yutani commando communication devices, only to hear Wilson giving her men an order to leave no witnesses. And that is where you all are.
Good thing all her men are dead in our group.
Yeah, there's nobody left.
So we finally reunited now, right?
You all reunite. You guys are all able to
Hooray!
in just a few minutes, because the 2 locations weren't very far away from each other, meet at just a street corner between the 2 locations.
Hey.
Gotta go with you guys. That's weird, right?
Visible wise, are Dante and Silva injured, or do they just look harried?
Dante looks a little bit injured.
Yeah, I got a boo boo.
All right.
Silva just looks. Actually, Silva looks a little injured too. No, or does she?
Really?
No. Silva's fine.
It's just mental trauma.
It's just mental trauma.
It's like
Yeah.
freaked out.
Silva just looks freaked out. Yeah.
Because Chaplin, we kind of retconned a little bit. Chaplin wasn't fully like horribly destroyed, but he did take some.
No,
wounds.
not at all. In fact, he didn't actually take any lasting damage from his like shutdown rolls. Right. In fact, he never had to get to a shutdown roll because
right. But he did suffer some hit point damage, so he is looking battle worn at this point.
Probably like your arm, like up to your shoulder, is just kind of slightly melted.
It's a sexy amount of like it's enough for the makeup department. Like I can still be played by a human actor, but the makeup department is like really scuffing it up. They just
draw some like holes and some goop and
maybe not even like any post effects needed. It's just all makeup department doing their work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so it's pretty obvious from when we see both each other that I think we've seen like, a little bit of battle stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, but this lady give the order to leave no witnesses, right?
She did. Yeah, you heard that. No one else has actually heard that.
Okay.
You heard that because you picked up one of the comms and were listening in.
All right. As soon as I see her, weapon comes straight out, pointing right at them.
Okay. Wilson will just stop for a second. Her men will stop behind
Probably
her.
a real good idea because it's a. I'm not playing. It's the grenade launcher. It's the
your RPG.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you have some explaining to do. Your men try to take that thing alive.
Like if I'm close to Silva, I'm gonna whisper that she gave the order to kill us all.
You know, Mason's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Let me step away. Yeah, you guys are standing next to her as you
Yeah.
guys like approach each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna freeze.
Chaplain,
for a
you can
moment.
say, Mason, come over here.
Yeah, you guys could probably step away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and your pound puppies move.
Who's
I got an itchy
driver
trigger
of
finger.
our APC?
Iona.
Okay.
Big Hawaiian dude who, yeah.
Iona, I barely know her.
That wasn't funny.
Juski and Hammer to come out there.
Okay.
Big Z.
They are more than happy.
Civil will not forget the red shirts this time.
Yeah. I'll remind you just how they're armed.
Hammer's armed for murder.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Hammer comes out. I mean, if I just bring you guys back to a visual out of Aliens. Imagine the big blonde dude.
Drake
with the smart gun. That's what Hammer looks like. Yeah. He's a big black dude, but he comes out with the same like rig with the smart gun, like the chest rig that's holding up the smart gun. He comes out, holding that thing. He comes out ready to go.
Now when it's just a fucking normal ass woman out there, now you're all fucking balls to the wall, let's fucking go.
Let's be honest.
But when we're all screaming about aliens, he's like, I can't
hear what?
You're breaking up, Captain. I can't.
This connection.
Yeah. Okay, tough guy.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it right now.
This unarmed woman, I will end her. And Jamuski comes out. He doesn't look as excited. He just looks, again, just pissed off to be there. He doesn't want any of this. But he does come out, and he's armed with a flamethrower. He's straight up got a flamethrower. Wow. Incinerator unit, is what they call it. But these two, they're ready to go. Are we getting some action, Captain? Hammer sounds like a pirate now.
I'm fine with that.
Just be ready. They were more than happy to sacrifice us for something.
Wilson will pipe in and say, your privates did hear correctly, but I was not referring to you. You are valuable members of this expedition. As I said before, we share the same goals. But you have to understand the situation as it stands right now. Unless, and you all notice as she says this, it's dark now. It is getting dark. The sun is setting. She says, in approximately 48 hours. Oh, am I losing you guys?
No.
Oh, everybody froze on my screen for a second. In
approximately, we having no brownouts over there now. Not when you're the GM. That's not good.
Yeah, no. In approximately 48 hours, the UPP will have control over this moon. Anything that is on it, they will scrub for information. If we were to allow these Marines to stay here, the information that they carry would be in UPP hands. And if any civilians with knowledge of what they carry were left here, that knowledge could also end up in UPP hands. So it is imperative that no one be around to inform them.
Which is all the more
when
reason
they arrive.
To make sure these things are destroyed and not captured.
They are valuable to your government in this war.
They want to use them as a weapon.
They seem like they can't be controlled and are borderline unstoppable.
Did you see how many dice that thing was rolling? Good lord. Its modifiers are off the chart, man.
I will admit that the situation has become more complex than I intended. These things were never supposed. These things were never supposed to leave.
Leave what?
The confines of where they were being studied.
Where? How do you know they were here?
That I cannot share with you. If you wish to that information, perhaps your superiors will share it, perhaps they will not. My guess would be they would tell you it is far, far above your pay grade. You were sent out here simply with a mission to bring these 4 Marines in. And that mission still stands. There are still 2 Marines.
I was like, is there 1 or 2 left?
How many are left?
2, I think 2 down.
2.
Oh, well,
2,
we
yeah.
need to inform. We haven't even shared that information technically. Right?
That's true. I guess you guys could
at some point we need to sidebar with
yeah.
If Mason doesn't, then Chaplain will speak up and say that that Cravallo was infected with a monstrous parasite that is not in our records. And before I could operate or even study or diagnose, this creature killed Cravallo and emerged, and Chaplain will kind of raise his arms and was...
Why are you using words? Couldn't you just transmit the video from your memory into
Is that
them?
something I can do? That would be pretty cool. But we've established that I have like the most bullshit features.
I don't know if you could, but you guys do have like cameras on your helmets and things. So if you wanted to share video of like what you personally experienced, you all could do that.
Well, I'll continue talking about it because it's more dramatic. Yeah. But he raises his hands and says, it emerged with hostile intention. And
it was this big.
He emerged from what?
From Cravallo's chest cavity. Appeared to be...
That would explain what we saw. Reese was missing his chest. And there was another thing growing above it in some kind of sack. And that thing emerged. And we barely got out of there with our lives. The thing was as big as us.
Captain, we need to know exactly what we're dealing with, and from what the doctor at the hospital said, and GM, you might have to remind me of this. Did they say both women were infected, or just one of them?
No. Oh, they didn't even look at the other woman. Okay. 2 women came in together.
All right.
To put for one woman to be checked out because she was having something.
I'll relay that because he would be able to relay that specific information and say like the doctor did mention the 2 other Marines we were looking for, the 2 women, and one of them was exhibiting different signs. It wasn't a parasitic creature. Instead, she herself seemed to be under some sort of metamorphosis or transformation or something. And maybe they're linked, but it seems like they've all... I mean, this is obviously the link between these missing Marines, and no doubt why they're of such importance. But they are, Chaplain will say, in my professional opinion, they are a danger to themselves and everyone around them. And possibly already beyond saving, but yet still dangerous because of this thing that they carry.
And what else do you know about these things? And how can we trust you not to stab us in the back, ever?
There's what I know, and then there's what I can share with you, which are 2 very different things. What I can share with you is that, as you've observed, the information they carry is not in their minds, but in their body. They are, as your android friend said, infected. It is imperative that we get them back to the fort as quickly as possible, preferably before what happened to Carvalho and Reese happens to them. If we can get to them quickly and get them back to the fort, we might be able to save their lives before they succumb to this organism.
And then you get the organism.
And then the organism is studied.
Do you really believe you can save them? Did you see what happened to this guy? It was intertwined in his body.
I think we're beyond the points of politeness, so I will be honest with you all. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think that's the first truthful thing she's told us this whole time. I mean, from one bullshitter to another, she's real great at it, but
Your orders are to bring them in. You know now what I want. And again, our goals are aligned.
What was? And I'm speaking this as to the part, like, if I missed this information, but he said something about a refinery. What was that? Or
Yes, you heard Carvalho. Those were like Carvalho's last words as he was like screaming, trying to get the thing out of his chest.
okay.
One
He
of the
wrote
things.
refinery in blood.
Almost.
but backwards.
you had to go in the room and look around at the window from the other side.
Oh god.
There were 7 clues.
He said that was his only way off planet was to get to the refinery.
Okay.
And he was begging you to take him there whenever the thing came out.
I'll share that information with Silva, but not with Wilson.
Okay.
And say, like, Captain, before he passed, he said, and maybe I'll do a creepy thing where I don't know what my capabilities are as an Android, but I don't know if I can like do a Predator thing where I can literally just like repeat somebody.
Yeah,
like,
you could. Yeah. In fact, I think that happens in Alien, doesn't it?
I don't remember.
Doesn't he do somebody else's voice? But yeah, I'm gonna say you can. Yeah, you can emulate voices. You got a voice box, not a human lung.
It's like, and then like it just
Yeah.
And then so he's mentioned the refinery, and then Wilson keeps telling us to bring them to the fort. That's the military base here.
It's where you came from. Yeah. The Fort Nebraska in the middle of the colony that's where you all departed from. That's where you all got this mission. Yeah.
Well,
very large military fort in the middle of the city.
Give us your orders, Captain. Time's wasting.
So what's at the refinery?
That's where Carvalho wanted to go. He said that he had to go there to get off world.
We don't know anything beyond that.
Carvalho, was that a Marine?
That was one of the
that's the one that we found at the hospital that had the one in him. Yeah. One of the 4.
I don't know. Do you think we should go look for the other Marine or go to the refinery?
they're probably at the refinery.
Do you have a lead for the other 2?
Split the party. Split the party.
Is there a second location or a third location we can also visit simultaneously? Because that's really what we want to do.
Yeah, someone's done with that.
You freak out.
One of us will go to another planet completely.
Let's go to the refinery and see what we can figure out there, because I don't know where else to go right now.
What do we do about Wilson?
Wilson will speak up and she'll say, "We actually have some matters to attend to ourselves."
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We will meet back up with you when it is best for both of us. Clearly, tensions are high right now. We don't want you to think we're going to shoot you in the back. We certainly don't want to think that one, she waves at Hammer, is going to shoot us in the back for fun.
Is she generally unconcerned that half her party was killed?
Generally unconcerned, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
When we have finished our work, we will radio in and see where you are, and we'll meet back up.
Do you have any more men to replace the 2 that you lost?
Not currently, but it's all right. I won't be putting myself in danger.
Wait, that sounds like you're trying to get hired.
Do you have any openings?
So I see you.
Wanna
You're
go
down
with these
some.
guys?
You're down some crew there. I've got some forces. You've got some openings.
Oh,
Make
my
sense.
resume is in my pocket right here.
Yeah.
Well, if you're unconcerned about dying, go ahead. We're gonna go to the refinery.
Where there's no dying at all.
Very well. As you all start to leave, you do note that like almost like the end of the scene is punctuated by like darkness settling and the wind really picking up, and you all sort of have to like brace yourselves a little bit because it's like a really cold wind kind of blows through. You see a little bit of snow as you all get back in your APC.
Captain, remember that blizzard I warned you about? two sessions ago, I think it was.
No, I don't. All right. Well, let's get the refinery to the refinery before it gets worse.
Okay. You all, Silva, you can on your data pad, you can sort of pull up the map of the city and sort of do like a Google search. Ariarchus, oil refineries in my area.
We found 47 locations. Dear Lord.
Shit.
All right, let's hit them one by one before this blizzard gets worse.
You pinpoint
Split the party
an old...
to each refinery.
Yeah, exactly. One member to each refinery.
We'll quadruple our time.
Yeah. An oil refinery about half an hour, 20 to 30 minutes north of you up here. If I can do the focus bank. There you go. Up here.
Oh,
So
it's
you
worded
all...
on the map.
It's worded on the map. The oil refinery.
That's where we're going.
You do note that you can very easily find this information, Silva. It is an abandoned oil refinery. They used to refine the oil here on planet, but since they built the space elevator, they pump and transport all of the oil off planet to be refined elsewhere. So this oil refinery hasn't been used in a couple decades.
Sounds
there...
safe.
Would it make sense to stop at Fort Nebraska to like, I don't know,
We need more weapons.
get
I
more
need more
stuff,
weapons.
heal our android?
I mean,
friend?
you could, yeah, you absolutely could. But I don't think you guys are short on weaponry at the moment. And I will say,
or more bodies.
Or more, yeah. I will say the way healing works in this game, just time for humans, like for non-androids, just resting for a while will allow you to heal back up. And you think, I'll just tell you that a 30-minute drive up to the oil refinery, it'll be enough for anybody who's lost hit points to gain at least 2. And I think that covers everybody's bases. Because I think the rule is 10 to 15 minutes of downtime lets you recover 1 hit point.
And
Unless you're
just
an
so y'all
android,
know, like, I am talking the entire time we are driving. Like, it is incessant.
Is this your banter
It
ability?
It is my banter ability.
Ah, that's a good call, because the other thing that happens is every 10 to 15 minutes of time that passes downtime, you all can -1 stress.
But because you're listening to me talk, you actually get to -2 stress.
Wow.
Now, is that a once per day thing, Heather? Or is
Between fights, you release the tension in your team with some friendly banter.
Okay, so you can do that for, I'll say you can do that for 1 of them. You could do that to increase it to 2. So that would mean everybody can -3 stress.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I'll also remind you all, it's almost been a full day now. Also, once per day, you all can interact with your personal item to lower your stress by 1.
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
You can so on this 30-minute drive, you can go through a pack of cigarettes. You can just 6 in a row, just real quick.
3 at a time.
Just have like the big chunk of cigarettes in the mouth.
No time.
I just like to imagine like Like as you're getting on the APC after talking to Wilson, you like light one up before you even get in the APC, and you just drag it from beginning to end and drop it, and you get in the APC.
Just exhales for a solid 30 seconds. And I can't heal though, right? As an android,
You cannot heal. No.
Okay.
And you all are in the APC during the drive up to the refinery.
This
You got
Still
refinery
talking.
still seem like it's working, like still functioning.
no.
Well,
From everything that you can see, the refinery is not
is it
functional.
haunted?
You're not there yet. You're in transit, but all the information you have
We're
on
pulling
it
up
says
the
it's
Google sheet, the Google Sheets map of
the Wikipedia of this
the
particular
Wikipedia of
refinery.
this refinery.
As you all are driving, you pass by.
IHOP?
It's an IHOP, open all night. At this
Say-
point, it is dark, and you can. You imagine the city streets would already be pretty empty.
all the
But-
aliens having coffee and just staring at us as we drive by.
Oh, those guys are dead.
Son of a bitch!
That guy
Sorry.
killed Dave.
He's lowered his stress level too.
You pass by barricades, checkpoints, abandoned vehicles. You even see what look to be like some evacuation staging areas, but these are all now either fully abandoned or everyone has fled inside for the night. As you drive, suddenly the APC swerves to the right, and you all are rocked a little bit, and it comes back forward. And Iona calls back. She says,
Almost made Silva drop his cigarettes. Son of a bitch.
"Oh God, we're on fire."
For this pack and the next pack, I only have 20 packs left.
Iona calls back and says, "That's just the wind, Captain. It's really fucking picking up out there." And you
The
all can look
wind?
out. You all can look out, and in front of the APC, just now snow is just howling in front of the APC as you all drive. This blizzard is fully here.
It's blizzarding.
It's blizzarding outside.
I feel like this APC would be a little tougher than that.
Probably.
Rocked by a wind. It's difficult terrain, Captain.
The other thing that happens as you all are driving, I'll actually
Hold her
tell you.
steady and man the port bow.
All right, Captain.
Yar.
The other thing happens is your radio flares up, and you hear Major Hatfield's voice come in. Say, Charlie team, check in.
Is that us?
It is. It's you. Yeah, you
Okay.
guys are Charlie. You guys are Charlie.
All right.
Yeah.
Charlie team, checking in.
What's your
Checking out.
status? What's your status, Captain?
We're
Are
en
you
route to the
all-
refinery.
What? I'm sitting right next to you.
Huh?
Who? I'm sitting right next to you on the APC.
Oh, yeah, he said we're going into the refinery.
Who?
What? What? Where? Why? What's happening right now is Major Hatfield is calling on the radio.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was just thinking about that creature that you guys saw.
The creature's radioing us in from his stack of pancakes. That son of a bitch.
Silva, did
Did
you see where that creature came from?
I,
When
based
they
on what
attacked
you said,
guys.
I can put the clues together that it, either ate or came out of the chest of Reese.
Oh shit!
I
think we're
love
gonna
it
run
when you
into
do the
more of
body
them?
stuff to me.
You think we'll run into more of them?
Hope not, but I'm not holding out that we won't. I guess it's
Stay close to me, please.
Stay close to you. All right. I'll have Hammer stay close to you. Does Hatfield know anything about this?
No, he does not.
Okay.
I'll let you
All
fill him. If you just want to say you fill him in, you can
I
just
fill
let
him in. What's going on?
Okay.
I tell him
He's my direct commanding officer.
He is your direct commanding officer. Yes.
Okay.
He's the one who gave you all this mission at the beginning of the campaign. Yeah.
All right.
He'll say, what the actual fuck?
Hey, you don't have to tell me.
Okay. You're telling me that these AWOL Marines are turning into something?
I think something is using them. But yeah, something real nasty's coming out of them, and the Wayland Yutani are wanting to capture these things instead of killing them.
God damn it. Listen to me, Silva. This needs to be wrapped up now. We got 48 hours. These civilians aren't getting off the planet until we complete this mission.
Destroy every last one of them?
I almost...
Yes.
Just to be sure.
Hammer, you know what to do.
Finally.
The aliens. The xenomorphs, sorry.
Yeah. Hatfield will say, I don't know, Silva. There's something about this doesn't seem right.
You're telling me.
Which part? The fucking...
I don't think we can... We barely survived the first encounter. I can't imagine how we're going to survive the next one. If those Wayland Yutani assholes get in our way again, we have permission to take care of that.
You hear on the line a clicking sound, like a line changing, and you hear a new voice come over the radio. Captain Silva, this is Colonel Myers.
Oh.
And I'll let you all know that a colonel very much outranks a major. So you would, by 1 or 2 steps, I don't know. But he definitely outranks a major.
Future military, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. This is Colonel Myers. The situation you're encountering sounds dire. I think it's safe to say that our fellow Marines have been compromised. You still must bring them in, but don't wait to put them down. Whatever they are, they aren't people anymore.
They're still Marines, though.
Perhaps. But your orders are to kill these AWOL Marines and bring their bodies back to the fort. Do you understand me, Captain Silva?
Wait, to kill them?
Yes.
Is that a new thing?
Yeah, it's new. That's new.
that's an update.
That's new information.
That's new information.
Jeez.
These Marines, whatever is in them, is clearly not suitable to be out there in the public. And we need to get these civilians out of here, right? So we must get these Marines back to the fort as efficiently and now as lethally as possible.
They don't have the alien inside of them.
We can't wait to make that determination, Captain. Colonel Myers out, and you hear the click of your radio.
Damn, he's cool.
That guy's so cool.
That's why he's the major, or the colonel.
Fuck. Alright. Well, new orders. We have
So many
to put
cigarettes
down...
being smoked right now.
Yeah. We have to put down the rest of the Marines.
You got one of those cigarette holder things. How posh.
All right, with that, you all begin approaching the refinery. How do you guys want to approach? Because as you approach the refinery, you come up on a very derelict area of the city. There's
Honk
nothing
the
really
horn.
up here. Say what? Yeah. You can tell this whole northern area was probably like designed to support the refinery, and with it out of operation, there's just not a lot here.
Ooh,
there
we
like
have
a-
motion trackers.
You do have at least one of you has a motion tracker, yes, maybe two of
At
you.
least. What did it say on our weapons?
No, it's an item that some of you have.
Item. I have some smokes.
I don't think you have. I'm
All
not
I
sure who
have are
does.
these 37 bags of cigarettes. I have an M314 motion tracker.
Yes, you do.
Give me an alien. 50 years later, lung cancer. Bam.
Who's laughing now?
I have a shoulder-mounted lamp.
Is there like a parking garage or what kind of entrances
I
are we
mean-
It's
talking
valet
about?
service, maybe?
This looks like imagine like a downtown city area that's been like boarded up. That's the kind of area you're in. Like there's no,
Pretty sketchy.
it's pretty sketchy, but there's no people around either. Now you could drive. The problem you probably foresee is that you could drive up to this refinery, but with this as empty as it is, you can be heard coming and seen coming from a mile away. So you can approach it however you want, but
Well, how bad is the blizzard right now?
it's pretty bad.
I mean, with the sounds from the blizzard, it'll be a little bit more difficult to hear us.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm guessing we can probably get it pretty close. I don't want to be walking around this blizzard.
Right.
Yeah.
APC is a pretty nice asset that we have.
Right. Okay. You can get pretty close.
Closer. Closer.
Too close, too close.
Let's see.
Is the APC armed?
It is absolutely armed.
I think we mentioned
I
that
haven't
before, but
I
Is
haven't
there
shared
a-
with you guys. You guys have under your file section. You have a gear section, and I believe I've shared this with you, but I'll show it to everybody. This is the APC you're in.
yep,
Is armed with a yeah. It's aimed with a phased plasma pulse cannon along the top, and then a 20 mm Gatling gun turret along the front.
Yeah.
Do we have a map of the refinery? Can I pull that up?
Let me see. Maybe.
Google Maps. Meanwhile, I will be handling the motion tracker, although I don't know what the range is on it.
Okay. I'll give it to you. Ignore the stuff where it says like destroyed, because this layout probably would have been created prior to it falling to ruin. But this is the layout that you find of the refinery.
This is the main building area.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. I see. There's walls. Yeah.
But the walls are broken down.
As you approach, you'll see that yes, there are walls that are just totally broken down. Absolutely.
And the only clue we have is that the guy said that he can make it off-world if he gets to the refinery.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the only clue you're working with.
So, Captain, we're looking for somebody's spaceship, maybe, or because there isn't. I assume you said there was a space elevator that was primarily being used. That's nowhere near here, right?
No, that's in the middle of Fort Nebraska.
Okay.
That is literally coming out of the middle of Fort Nebraska up to a space station.
So we're looking for something that these guys were going to use to try to go off planet. Presumably. A vehicle of some sort. Which I don't know if you can hide that in the building, but... I assume we can tool around the outside area and we don't see anything of note.
Sure, yeah. You tool around the outside area. I'm looking up a rule because there are rules for if you're trying to be quiet, which I assume you guys probably want.
Stealth check on the APC. Does it count as heavy armor?
Right.
Ooh, look at the animated.
I was about to ask if you guys all see
He's
the
so
animated.
fancy.
Really
So fancy.
Let me find the rules real quick for stealthing. Stealth mode. You all make a mobility check as a group.
Yeah.
Like all of you make a mobility check.
Well, we're still in the APC. Are we still doing that from?
You guys haven't gotten out of the APC yet?
Right. We just
Well,
want to like.
Okay.
Yeah, the initial thing was like literally because Refiner's got a big outdoor section too, so we were just gonna literally have the car like tool around and just try to see as much as we can.
Okay, then probably if you're just sort of like turn the headlights off, tooling around the edge of the refinery, you can see that there are some broken down walls, and you think you can see some light, maybe like glimpses of light through the broken down walls. And that's
Okay.
about all you can see through this blizzard. It is hampering your vision.
Like a fluorescent light, you mean? Like,
No, I would say more an orangish light,
Like a fire.
perhaps.
okay. Looks like there's somebody inside.
Yeah.
Can you use your motion detector?
Yeah, I've definitely got it on.
Yeah, motion detector. How does the motion detector work?
It goes boop 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 boop.
It's
not
also
under,
in your.
It's not under my gear. I don't think.
Detecting us the whole time.
It's on my inventory sheet, but I don't see it here. Yeah, it's all flip. It's like having detect magic on.
Right. Motion detecting device M314 uses high-powered ultrasonic waves to detect movement, extreme range, long range, and in close quarters. So you guys are in kind of an open terrain right now.
Make a power supply roll after every use. Batteries possible 5 and fully charged. Okay, so I probably don't want to use it until we exit and approach. Assuming you want to do that, Captain, the main building, because it does look like I have to make a power supply roll every time I use it.
Let's approach, I guess, the southeast. Where that door is, I assume.
Yeah.
You can do that, yeah. I can put the APC on the map, but it'll only be able to stick out like just a tiny bit.
I think Iona should stay in the APC ready to go, and the other two can come with us.
I have two of them go down. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
All hands on deck.
Yeah. I will pull.
We need more. We need more hit points on the board.
Absolutely.
It's the we need more teeth, but we need more HP.
Oh. Well, that's very weird. What in the world is it doing? I think Roll20 just froze on me.
Uh-oh.
tried to move somebody's token. I'll just refresh it.
Animated stuff is too fancy.
Maybe it may be too fancy. It was fine when there weren't many people on it, but maybe multiple people do something. Okay, Zimuski. There he is. Okay, you guys are on the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
APC got deleted somehow.
But we know it's there in our hearts.
You know it's there, yeah.
Split up.
Ah! Oh god.
We gotta outrun the APC.
It's gonna run us down.
That's gonna run you over. Yeah, you are on the south end of this refinery right now.
I'll be right
The
back.
south end? Okay.
Yeah, you're on the south area.
All right, and the motion tracker does work through
Oh, yeah,
walls?
Yes.
Before I use it.
It does.
Okay.
You're in a generally, like, if you're indoors, like with like floors and ceilings and all that, it has a lesser range, but it still works.
Okay.
But you're generally speaking outdoors, even though there are some walls.
So I assume at this point you want me to start using the motion tracker before we enter.
Yeah, let's see if it picks up anything. If not, I want to enter in on the southeast side there.
All right, so I will activate the motion tracker.
Okay. All right. Mark ping within 4 zones. Okay. Give me a power roll and power supply roll, and I will tell you what goes off.
I just clicked the power button.
The power button, yep. And again, that means you lose 1 power.
Ooh, it
So
shows
I
up as a face hugger there. Is that me rolling a
Yeah.
1?
It's you rolling a 1, yeah.
Okay,
So that
so-
means you go from 5 to 4, yeah.
Okay.
You detect a cluster. It's very brief on your thing because it doesn't. Maybe they're not moving much. Maybe it's you're not exactly sure why. But you see a cluster of 5 dots about 30 to 40 feet to the north of you.
Obviously, I immediately shared that information with. I mean, this thing is kind of visible for everybody. I'm facing it where we can all see.
Sure, yeah.
Alright, let's head to that door and see if we can peek in real fast.
Hello.
Is there a window in this door?
A window? Where are you? Oh, no, there's not. There's not a window. Would you like to try to be quiet as you go through the door?
Would love to be quiet.
Give me a mobility roll, please. It's
Wow.
not a great roll.
Is 0 success, 1 panic on 6 dice?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, give me a panic roll, please.
What is your panic right now after you had it lowered earlier?
And my
It's 2.
stress is at 2.
Yeah, stress.
Okay, it's not bad. Keeping it together.
Yeah.
Still king of the panic rolls. Though. Look at that one.
Hey.
Right?
Really good at that. Alright.
Okay. Yeah, you can open the door.
Just right there.
It did say they're about 30 or whatever feet north, so yeah,
Yeah.
pretty close.
What you see is this ground facility has massive spherical crude tanks and corroded gas treatment units. The spherical tanks are just to the north of you, like 10 feet to the north of you, or one of them is. The complex is an industrial wasteland with pipes and pillars, fallen down walls, and rusted barrels littering the premises. At the far end of the dilapidated building, the end that you're on, not actually the far end, the close end, a barrel fire is burning, offering scant heat and light against the raging blizzard. Around it, 5 people are gathered, warming themselves and passing around a bottle of vodka. They're dressed in baggy, warm-looking clothing, 2 of them looking considerably bulkier than the other 3. They might be confused for great vagrants if it wasn't for the 4 AK-47s propped up on a nearby fallen wall.
Which I don't know if I'm seeing the words for AK-47 as.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Well, that's fine. You can know that. Silva probably sees that that's where they are.
Yeah.
They are on this little like fallen down wall right here.
Okay. We can't interact with it as part of the map, I guess.
Yeah, I'll move to the GM layer. It's But Silva, surprisingly, have not noticed your presence. Probably the howling of the winds and the snow.
Okay. I think we should go in and, like, make sure they don't grab their weapons when we go in there. So.
Does she recognize any of them as our targets?
It's really hard to see them from this distance. You'd probably have to like walk up to them. You really, probably the only reason you can even see them 20, 30 feet out is because they have a fire going.
Are they going in hard or going in soft?
Going hard.
Oh, don't tell that to Hammer.
We lighten them up
with every fucking one of you.
We'll go in hard, but leave a hammer behind us to guard our backs.
Oh.
Alright, we ready?
Hell yeah. Well, I don't have any weapons, so I'll go behind you guys.
Yay!
I don't want you at my back. You can stay in front of me, thank you very much.
Alright, good old-fashioned breach.
Yeah. Are you guys all going into the same door, just kind of run through? Or run up to them?
I think so. I mean, the other door is to the north.
Yeah, there's another door to the north.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone... Nah, we...
I can go to that one.
I think after this event happens, I'll activate my motion tracker again and see if new targets move. Does that make sense?
Like, are there walls or like a maze where we can like sneak around and get closer?
Not that Silva sees currently.
We're pretty close to this door, right?
Yeah, Silva can kind of see just a big open area.
There's another door
rush in
here,
there
right?
with guns drawn, we'll get the drop on them, no question. And it doesn't look like they're just...
It's more like, can we go swipe those AK-47s before can pick it up?
I can shoot at them before they...
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they're smart, they probably will.
Yeah, it's between you and them, so if you came in guns drawn, you'd get the drop on them, you think.
And what's our faction?
You are USCMC Marines.
Okay.
Your government is the UA, the United Americas.
Oh yeah. Why are we gonna shoot these people up?
No, we don't want to shoot them. We just want to talk to them. But they have... I can see they have weapons, so they're going to most likely, I assume, grab at their weapons before they let us talk to them.
Okay. So if we all go in pointing our weapons at them, they'll freeze, right?
Or they'll...
That's
yes.
the plan.
Okay.
Or they'll get shot.
Yeah. It's one or the other. It's up to them.
Chaplain says very matter-of-factly.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Alright, where's Zeminski?
Yeah, Captain. What the fuck are we doing?
We're going in hot.
Alright.
We don't want them to get their weapons. Once they've been pacified, no need for being rough or anything like that.
Fine. Quicker we can get out of this fucking blizzard.
Yeah, that's really the main thing.
That's the driving force.
They're gonna fire. Kill them and take their fire.
Yeah. I guess Dante and Mason, you want to try to go through that other door?
Okay.
Where's the other door?
Way up north.
Oh, wait, that one? Okay. We'll just go through this one, I think. Alright,
Sounds good.
ready?
Breach, 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 breach.
Alright, we'll give like the silent signal, and then we'll breach.
Nice.
Okay.
Say, UA Marines, hands up where I can see them. Don't do anything stupid.
Please do something stupid so I can shoot you.
They all, the one who is like passing the vodka bottle to the one next to him drops it, it shatters on the ground.
No.
They all very quickly, seeing all of you pour through this door, freeze. You see a couple of them might, like their instincts, they glance at that rack of AKs, right to the south of them. But by the time they look at it, Silva, you're basically at the rack.
Don't do anything stupid.
So at that, once they realize that they're not going to get anywhere near them without you be right there, they put their hands up too. So,
Check them for weapons. Mason. All right.
Okay.
We're looking for
Pat him around.
yeah.
2 of our own. Have you seen these people?
Listen, man, we're just trying to stay warm. We're just
Damn hippies.
it's cold out here, We're just trying to stay warm and in the fire.
You need your AK-47s to stay warm? What's that about?
It's dangerous out here these days. You never know who's going to come running up on you.
What a gun! It survived well into the future.
It's actually not the same. It's AK-47.
Oh, that sounds very future.
Like,
it's future AK-47s.
like Warhammer 40K.
That's right.
I tried digging a little deeper for like any sort of badge ID or something, not just weapons.
Okay. Mason, what you almost immediately notice
You're
as you
looking
go to
for
pat down the
drugs.
one closest to you, this one here.
Size really doesn't matter.
He's got military armor on underneath the baggy clothes, and he does have a sidearm on his belt.
I removed the sidearm and pull his clothing aside, like explain this, and hopefully makes it so everyone can see the military armor, right?
Yeah, like raise up their little like parkas or whatever, show the armor.
She like raises it up and or that cool thing where like she rips off the parka and it's like explain this.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Does it look like military surplus or actual military?
No, 2 things happen when you do this, Mason. One is as you pull the parka back and show the armor to everyone here, you all get a real good look at the red star of the UPP army on this military armor. And at almost the same thing, a radio blares to life on the other one that you aren't raising the parka off of. The radio says, pickup point, come in. We've reacquired the targets, but we're having some trouble with them. The big one especially. She's throwing some kind of hissy fit. Maintain position. We'll be heading to you within the hour. Confirm copy.
Point the gun at him and nod.
That's awesome.
Give me... Oh, God.
A nod roll.
Give me... We're going to do a contest, because once
His
that
only
radio
weakness
goes
is
off...
rolling dice, though.
Oh no, I panic. I shoot everyone.
And then myself.
Hey, don't steal my thing.
Yeah.
You got this, Silva. Come on.
You're going to give me contested manipulation checks, because as that radio blare goes off, you see these 2 men that are in the bulkier garments, and of course one of them you revealed, you can pretty much guess the other one probably has armor on him too. They get steel in their eyes, like it's go time, like they've been outed. There's nowhere to go but down from here. So you're gonna have to do something pretty spectacular to keep them from
You got this.
going hot. So I'm gonna give you a manipulation off, but I'm gonna give you +2 to it because you all have jumped up on them. You have got guns drawn. You are in the position. You are in a position of power. Absolutely.
Hey!
Nice.
Hey!
Damn it.
That is a 1 success, 0 panic roll.
So for the first time this game, I can talk about a concept that we have not talked about yet.
1, 2,
And that is-
3,
That
4,
was a
5,
big
6,
deal
7,
fucking roll right
8,
there.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 dice. The past 2 rolls, I've rolled 1 success.
1 success.
But you got it when you needed it.
That's right.
And I didn't panic.
And you didn't panic. How many
You probably
dice was
won't
that?
need it. You probably won't need it because I'll have to roll this manipulation roll.
10 dice.
But
That was 10 dice for everyone listening. He rolled 10 dice, got one success.
yes, 10 dice and 1 success. But this is an opportunity for me to remind you that in these scenarios where you roll a dice, when you make a roll and you don't panic, but you maybe want to make the roll better, you can do what's called pushing the roll, which is you increase your stress by 1, and then you remake the roll, keeping any 6s that you already had. So it can be good if you've got like a real critical roll, but again, you're increasing your stress by 1, so...
Does he have to choose before he sees the...
No, he doesn't. At least I'm not saying he does,
Contested
because this is happening.
I'll push it.
Oh, will you? Okay. I'm not sure how to keep your 6, actually, though.
Well, I mean, he can just roll it again, and we already know he has 1.
And already one of the 6s. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fine.
You'd
So
think
increase
it'd
your
be on
stress by
the
1.
Sheet somewhere.
Yeah, is
The
pushing
modifiers
anywhere on
again.
it? Yeah, modifier is still +2. Yeah.
Wow! What a monster push!
Silva,
Fine,
I want
successes.
you to roleplay this for me, because what you're doing is this radio has gone off. These two have been outed as UPP soldiers, and they are being outed. They're pretty sure it's a gunfight now, and they're about to go for the guns. How is it that with 5 fucking successes you just stopped them in their tracks?
Yeah, that was 4 successes on that push roll, 0 panic. Absolute king shit right there.
He's got the ultimate raised eyebrow. It's like the Devil Wears Prada raised eyebrow.
Signal Hammer to come in.
Hammer comes around the corner, smart gun.
And he just has that look, weaponry in his eyes. They know.
Look at this man.
They know not to fuck with us. They will all be dead in the next 5 seconds if they don't comply.
All right, I'll roll it, but he can't. There's no way for them to succeed. I mean, actually, I was private, so I'll roll it again. Actually,
They could panic.
they could panic, but I probably should actually give them a stress level from you guys. Roll it up on them, actually.
I had a 2. Okay.
Yep, the UPP soldiers are not very charismatic. All right, the one that Mason that you're holding the parka back on basically says, "I don't want to fucking die today."
You don't have to die. I want information.
You might have to die.
What do you want?
Wait, did he respond to the call yet? Because that was the initial.
Oh, he's not responded to the
That
call.
was the initial
yeah.
impetus of the situation. was
You're
that
right.
he got
You're right.
radioed in.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you want to tell him to answer it, or how do you want to handle that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Answer it. Make it sound good.
While he's doing that, can I take his sidearm off also?
Absolutely. You can take the head off. What you notice, Mason, is that only the 2 soldiers have firearms. The other 3, they look like probably civilians, but you'd probably guess, just based on like your what do you call it? The recap you got of this whole area, you guess they're probably local insurgents, which are pretty much all over the place on this colony. But you're able to take the sidearm off of both of the soldiers, yes. One of the soldiers picks up the radio and says, he like takes a minute looking at you, looking at Hammer, looking at you. Pickup point, confirm copy. We're standing by. Hey, let's go. Is that good enough?
Good enough. Who's coming?
I don't believe you. Points his weapon at him.
What?
What don't you believe?
You even introduce yourself. You didn't say who you were.
I said we're the pickup point. That's all we are.
Yeah, fine.
Once again, who's coming?
There's a squad at a compound to the west of here. They've got the people were supposed to get off world.
Oh,
People.
y'all really don't want to do that.
These people?
Yeah, those people. There was more of them, but I had a call a couple hours ago that we should write off the other two and just proceed with these.
Do you know what's going on with these guys?
Listen, all I know is that I got orders to bring these people in. UPP wants them. They're valuable somehow. AWOL Marines, maybe they got some classified intelligence. I don't know.
How much longer until they arrive?
You heard them. They said about an hour before they get the... Apparently one of them's having a hissy fit. They get the women under control, they bag them for transport, and they bring them here. They weren't exactly willing this time. After the initial deal fell through and they left, we basically had to find them and grab them off the streets.
This time.
They were gonna go willingly at first. They met with one of our folks, but apparently the meeting went bad. They didn't come in.
They don't know. They have no idea what they're up against.
Mm-hmm.
Sidebar, do we know if the other two are infected or suspected?
We
have
think
no
one-
idea.
We think
Actually,
one
yeah,
might
we
be.
did. We know one of. We confirmed one of them, but it sounded like she didn't have the alien chest burster. It sounded like she was like transforming into a monster herself.
That's right.
But she had something fucked up about it. But it seemed like it was more obvious with her. Whereas the others, you might not be able to tell. My question is, and I can direct this to Silva if you want to ask.
Sure.
How the
Go
fuck
ahead,
were they
Chapa.
getting off planet from this refinery? Because they're bringing them here, and then they said they're the pickup point. They have a fucking ship stash somewhere?
Well, that's a little complicated now, isn't it? Now that they shut everything down. The plan initially was we got a little shuttle that's got some credentials down at the spaceport. It was all lined up, but then the evac got shut down. We're still taking them to the spaceport. That was the plan anyway.
This is just a meetup.
But whether or not the shuttle is actually going to be able to get off world, now we don't know. Maybe we'll shoot our way out.
More than likely die.
But it's because of these four. That's why everything is shut down, right? That's what we.
Yeah.
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 Really?
Well,
That's news to me. All I know is they shut down the spaceport and made our jobs a hell of a lot harder.
Marines, they're coming with us.
Yeah, they may have made our job easier if they've already rounded them up and bringing them here.
Yeah. I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
also
They
instruct.
said that one of them was having a fit, so
I don't want to look into that. Everything's fine.
Well, that means he's probably already restrained or something, I guess.
Hope
Did
she's
they
not,
did they
like-
pay passage then? Like who is actually did this?
They came to us initially. Something
Why?
happened to them. They were desperate to get off world. They said something, the Marines betrayed them or something. I don't know. But
Where?
they wanted to get off world.
where did
Did
they
they say
ultimately
where
want
they
to
wanted
go?
to go?
Away from the UA.
I'm gonna instruct Zeminski to go through that door beneath the office.
Yeah.
See if there's anything in there
Okay.
while we're
I'll
talking.
go.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions to ask these UPP people, go ahead.
Well, clearly they have communications. That's pretty fucking critical for our side to have. If we have direct communication with their side that's somehow doing this. And I mean, this is a big operation that is happening on this town. This is literally like an enemy faction to our organization that
So
there's...
Yeah, so they've just been here, like, doing their own thing in this town?
What you could probably gather is that there's two different aspects to this. There's insurgents that are like locals that are just
sympathetic to their cause. And...
sympathetic to the UPP. Yeah, exactly. But these other two guys look like they are straight up UPP soldiers. So they probably came here in disguise or somehow made it onto the moon.
So for our attitude would be like, we need to, I mean, it's not part of our job, I guess, but we at least need to report this to the commanding officer, and more than likely he's going to want to capture or kill these guys, or there may be the chance where he says, well, fuck it, we just can't prioritize that right now. But I would imagine he's not want to let these guys go, is what I will say to the captain out of earshot of these guys. And presumably you would know that. And even the insurgents would probably be a problem as well, frankly. I mean, I don't know how much of how like boot-stomping fascists we are in terms of like, no, you can't have those opinions. But certainly enemy faction might be a problem. Are we like literally at war with, like, what is the politics here?
You are at war with the UPP.
Okay.
Like there's I can take it real quick.
Look, we got an hour. They're coming here.
Yeah.
Let's strip them and handcuff them and put them away.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little example, you guys are right here. Everything in red is UPP territory. Everything in blue is UA territory.
Okay, major faction. Okay.
Yeah, it's America and Russia.
Yeah.
is the shorthand.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see if he's found anything.
Oh shit! There's RPGs in here. These guys are armed up.
Holy crap. Okay.
He comes out like, yeah, there's a case of RPGs. Like, this is the first time you've seen it.
We might need to have more questions for these guys.
I'm gonna...
You actually, if you look, Silva, at the case that he's pulling out of the room, you see that it has the letters FN printed on a green box, and you could presume that means that these are probably stolen from Fort Nebraska.
I'm gonna go out every shot of the prisoners now.
Mm-hmm.
And radio and I guess Colonel.
You radio it. I mean, you're not exactly sure who you're gonna get, but this time Hatfield does respond back. Like it's back to your Major Hatfield again.
We'd like to turn in the side quest, please. We found some stolen goods. Can we get some bonus XP?
Yeah, fill in Hatfield of what's going on.
Okay, and I'll presume that you were able to. The guy gave you like the coordinates of the location that you need to go to, because that's probably a piece of information you want from him.
Oh, they're not coming to this location.
They just said they were trying to back up the two women to bring them here. Yes, that was what the radio said. Hatfield comes in and says, "That's interesting. I knew the UPP were coming. Didn't know they were already here. Shit.
We're already inside the house."
Listen, Captain. We don't have time to wait. I don't know what the situation is there, but I tell you what. We're going to go after our AWOL Marines. He kind of almost quietly says, like, I know you've received your orders, Captain, but I'll say this to you. I know you're a good Marine. I know you'll use your best judgment. But in the efforts of finding our wayward Marines, I have procured you some equipment. You hear like him yelling at someone off screen or on the radio someone else. Within a few minutes, a Cheyenne dropship will be arriving to pick you up and escort you to this insurgent compound. You are authorized to use every armament this dropship has available to it to secure this facility and find our Marines.
Wait,
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I thought they're coming here.
Yeah, I thought so too.
They were, but Hatfield's saying he doesn't want to wait, basically, is what he's saying.
But I thought if they're in transit, then Aren't they not?
No,
gonna be there
the
also?
message wasn't that they were in transit. The message was that they were delayed because one of the women was throwing a hissy fit, as they said.
Okay. Right. I will. All right, Roger that. We're on our way. And
no,
what-
wait, we're getting picked up then?
Yes, he said that he is sending a Cheyenne dropship to pick you up for speed.
Does that pick up the
Yeah,
whole
I guess.
APC? Like in Aliens?
That's a good question.
That's what it does in Aliens. It's a ship
Yeah.
and then a ship and then a ship.
Right?
Wait, if the UPP's on the way here, won't they see the dropship coming?
Well, when he said the UPP is already here, it seems to you guys like it's like a couple soldiers, like maybe like an infiltration force.
Well, but Ray has a point. Like we're flying into this insurgency compound. Like do we know anything about this location or how fortified it is or anything?
You could try to ask the soldiers that you have
I
captured.
think we need to get as much fucking intel as humanly possible, and execution is on the line.
Once the robot speaks the truth.
Which does the colonel or the major, whichever, say anything about what to do with these guys specifically?
Yeah, he wants them. He'll say like they're prisoners of war now.
Yeah.
And do you know anything about the compound we're going to?
He says, I'm pulling up some records right now. He says, yeah, looks like just a home. It's a walled home.
Oh,
large-
walled home, you say? How
Fancy.
fancy. This future tech is just
home
out
has
of fucking
walls?
sight with their AK-47s and their walled homes and their limitless cigarettes.
It's the future. He describes it as like what, from the records, looks like a two-story house that has a yard and around it a fence that is a wall. I don't know what's the better way to describe that. With an inner gate, and then there's like an outer yard with a larger perimeter
Very fancy.
gate around it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's, I guess, interrogate prisoners. Ask them how many, people are at the compound and what to expect.
Okay.
And then I'll have Big Z just take all their weapons and put it in the APC or something.
Ooh,
Okay.
Can we play the thing where two of us try to be the two guys who, for some reason, are coming back here to the compound for reasons? Maybe things got too hot. They had to get back out of here.
Sure.
I love the look he's giving me. Like, you've just made this so much more complex.
Wait, you want to take two of them as acting like they're coming back? Or
I just think that'd be a fun way of trying to get in. Would be like pretend two of us are those two guys, basically.
Okay.
We've got the radio, right? We've got contact. We need to ask them everything so that we know we can impersonate, and then maybe that just gets us a little bit closer. I don't know. Some security feature will stand down, and then the rest of us can be hiding in the whatever with the little Metal Gear Solid, bushes and boxes things.
Maybe behind one of those walls.
There's so many walls at this place. The line of sight is just.
Sure, we can do that.
You're the
Roll
captain,
file,
Captain.
any
It's
roll
just, it's just
file.
a suggestion. We could also just, nuke them from orbit or whatever.
Yes.
Which I will say,
forgot about that.
that is kind of what Hatfield was more implying with the dropship, because the dropship, you would know, is very heavily
Ordnance.
like it's got Gatling guns and missiles and shit.
We're just coming in with okay, but so our orders were to just kill those two infected Marines specifically.
Yeah.
We're assuming they're in the building. It's a building full of enemy forces, so they just want us to level the whole site. I don't know if we'd ever even get confirmation that we got them, though. Isn't that kind of important for raids?
Yeah,
Crapshoot,
probably.
man. It's
Typically.
crapshoot. Do you get the Velveeta cheese? Do you get the regular American cheese?
Because
You never know.
every time anybody does a raid, they're always super sure that their target is there, right?
Google first.
But yeah, maybe we can just nuke it from orbit. I don't know. That would certainly be the safest thing for us to do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but we gotta confirm that the Marines are in there.
Yeah.
I don't want these infected things to get off world, right?
That's what they tell us.
Yeah, which is pretty irresponsible if these guys, their first response to being super infected were like, we need to just escape the planet.
Yeah.
But
We can... I guess we can go in hot and with the airship and...
well, we have the radio, so we could just call in and say something to where we make sure that they're there in the building, and then if they
Yeah.
can confirm
Call and use
that
the radio.
enough, then yeah, we just level it from afar.
Yeah.
And then
tell
mission
the-
completed, we all go home for pancakes.
That's right. Prisoners to... Whoever has the radio to confirm that the Marines are over there.
Okay. A radio in. He says, pick up the compound. Just to confirm, plan is still as stated before, that the targets are with you currently. And the radio comes back, says, yeah, it's... Yes. Things have gotten a little hairy here. We're not sure how long it's going to be. This woman is... I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Assume that's the one that had like some fucking venom sacs or whatever was going on.
I'm going to tell them to, I guess, ask about that.
Okay. The ones that you're with would tell you that they haven't even seen these people. Like, they're here to pick these two up. And the other thing, like the UPP soldiers will tell you is that they're the only two. Like, they're working with a local insurgency group. And that the two UPP soldiers were specifically the ones that were supposed to get these Marines off world.
What kind of weaponry does the insurgency have?
Sidearms, AK-47s, a few probably. He does say that they've stolen some RPGs from the fort, so this is some of them. They've probably got some of them at the compound.
I say we can go to the compound. Maybe...
We're gonna end up in a fucking Black Hawk Down situation if they got rockets, though.
I will say that the way these situations...
don't have rockets.
The way these situations, like the way the drop ships are set up normally for like a Marine incursion like this, is repelling. Like there are like repelling ropes set up inside the drop ship for it to come in hot, shoot everybody or do whatever it's going to do, and for whatever the raid force is to repel down to wherever the target.
So we don't have the APC anymore. Is that correct?
I'll say that if you want it to bring it, it can. It can lock on like you described. You think the dropship might lose a bit of maneuverability carrying an APC?
And we won't be able to use it in the compound anyway.
Probably not. Dropping it down inside the
We
compound.
could. We'll just blow a hole in the side of the.
It might be firepower. Yeah.
That could be fun.
Actually, if we sent, well, it's the captain's call, but if we wanted to send Iona with the APC and like meet us there, and just we'll have two different covering fire angles.
One of you come in from the helicopter, one coming from the APC.
That might be helpful, not to put all our fragile eggs in one floating basket.
Like that. I like if we could get the Marines out of there alive.
Yeah, and while Colonel Meyer did give you the order to kill them, Major Hatfield Silva did kind of soft imply that he's not on board with these orders and that he'd also like to get the Marines back.
Were the two prisoners able to tell us anything about the defenses or how many people were there or anything?
Yeah, they'll tell you that there's about a dozen local insurgents in the compound at any given time. They'll say, yeah, they're all Botos's men. It's where they are camped up. It's 2-story, not very big building. They'll be holding the women upstairs. It's walled. It's got walls.
Damn.
They'll be holding the women upstairs. They've got, I don't know, sidearms. They've got the 40-47s that we've provided them. And I understand that they've stolen some RPGs from the fort.
Okay.
Well, the other option is we go stealthy instead of going in hot.
Well, we do have the cover of the blizzard.
They don't know we're coming. We got.
Yeah, is that dropship even going to be able to fly in this blizzard?
Yes, it'll probably lose some maneuverability in the blizzard and some vision, but it can fly.
Because I would assume there's no way to get a dropship without being seen. In terms of, I don't know what this universe's technology is, but could they easily see?
Yeah, if you guys go in on the dropship, you're not hiding your approach. Yeah, right. For sure.
But if it dropped us off a mile away,
like tying these ones up and just stealing their clothes.
I did suggest this to Reese earlier, but we could try to do the old show up as these two of us show up as these two guys.
And then you two have captured some additional Marines.
Do we know if the UPP does anything like that? Or, well, what they do is they capture supplies. We'd have to concoct some story about why these guys would have left. Maybe things got hot. Maybe they got attacked. Ooh, okay, they got attacked by Marine forces, right? One of them's injured. So they came back here. They were sure they weren't followed. And they need medical assistance. Although if we do that, that kind of alerts the base also.
Yeah, let's just go in hot.
Captain's done.
We tried still.
Chaplain's still talking about this while the rest of the team is already on the raid.
We'll come in from two angles, APC and dropship, and try to flush them out and shoot them as they come out.
Yeah. I do like the split angle approach thing. I think that's prudent.
Oh, splitting the party.
Kind of. Well, we're both at the same location. We're just
with our new party member, the dropship.
The dropship. You have a giant dropship token. That's
right. I do.
Sexy as hell.
It's gonna need a name.
Yeah, I don't know if it has one.
Lightning bolt.
That's right.
What is the name of our ship?
Noah's Ark 2 Zoo Cruise. There can only be one lightning bolt sound strike.
That's right. That's right. It's literally written on the side of the
She lives
dropship.
again. Yeah. The words get smaller as the artist tries to fit it on the side of the plane.
Started at an 18-point font. It ends at an 8-point font.
That's right.
Do a drop him a dropship.
Yeah, that's what happens when the Marines name their own ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
who's going in which vehicle?
5x5.
And I guess we tie these guys up and stuff. So they're
Yes.
not...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can tie them up, stuff from the building, ready for a pickup crew from.
I mean,
I do one of those things with their hands and they're all tied up. I put a grenade in their hand and pull the pin so that way.
Oh God! No.
If they try to,
these people are gonna die eventually.
You have a choice.
Wait.
How about we
give
just put
a live grenade to the
a
enemy.
hammer
Yeah.
in the dropship, and the rest of us can be in the APC?
Sorry, which ones?
Put hammer in the dropship, and the rest of us can be in the APC.
Just hammer in the dropship?
I mean,
Hammer will murder everybody on sight. It's
Well,
great.
sure.
Are you,
but
Chaplain?
we
are you
want that at this
questioning
point.
our captain?
No, I would never question the captain.
How many? Well, we put the two Zamuski and Hammer in there,
You could do that. Yeah, if you wanted to.
or do you want all of us in there?
It's
It's
your
up to you.
call, Captain.
Yeah, the major is
Yeah,
giving you
Bubber.
these
Everybody-
resources.
Everybody's got guns except me.
I'll tell you as you look at take the information in, you think the options would be to try to ram the gate with the APC, like go hard with the APC. The dropship would be a repelling situation. It would be the dropship coming in and you having to repel out of it to actually get into the compound.
Okay, does
That's pretty
repelling
cool.
take a skill check?
It does take a skill
What
check.
is that
yes.
skill check? And then the captain would know what everybody's strengths are. So maybe that's the answer.
I'm fairly certain it's a mobility check.
Who
but,
who can
I'll-
repel off a dropship the best? Who
And
who
is it going to be
the-
like at disadvantage with this blizzard?
right?
maybe a little harder.
Yeah, we're not
but-
doing that. We're not doing that.
Okay. So do you guys want to be in the APC then?
I want to be in the APC.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
you felt a slight wind on that APC, and that thing shook. Just saying,
And it's just like I'm not getting that dropship.
No.
it is more terrestrial. Though. I will give you
I
that.
kind of want to be on the dropship with Hammer.
I mean, assuming the captain doesn't have any arguments, you guys can choose, I suppose.
What would the roll be? Just strength?
You suspect it would be a
Stamina.
repelling.
I don't have repelling as a skill.
I'm sorry, a mobility.
Okay.
You suspect.
Dante, you want to go on the ship?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
GM just smiled wickedly at that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd send at
fun
least
with
one of
Hammer.
the, or you want to send Hammer, I guess, with the original dropship too.
Hammer and Zamuski,
Zamuski,
I
okay.
guess.
Okay.
All right.
That's half and half. I feel like that's.
Yeah, that's half and half. Yeah.
That way, if one of us blows up, we're still got
Alright.
half the force.
Yeah. All right.
They can't
Just-
blow
just
both
don't
our
mess
vehicles up,
with the-
right?
Don't mess
Hey,
with the grenade I left in there. Those
And
guys.
we
hand.
can be in constant communication until
Sure,
the worst
sure,
happens.
sure. And just remember, Dante, the targets are top floor where you're going to be.
Yep.
Oh yeah, were we able to pull out like a fucking schematic of this house?
You were not. It's
got four walls.
Apparently,
Damn.
apparently there aren't really schematics of like the individual houses.
That seems like a failing on the local government and the permit process to build
Yeah,
these houses.
it's not that hard to pull up a. They have some kind
It's
of
future US. I think they're doing really good.
a. Go through the tax code information, and turns out these are not cookie cutter houses. Each one is bespoke and built completely custom by a different designer.
Definitely got your MCM.
Okay.
Have we made it as complex as possible, GM?
You have, but I'm just putting tokens on the map now. We have our complications. Hammer, Jamuski, and Dante are on the dropship. Mason, Silva, and Chaplin are in the APC. And Iona is driving the APC. Okay. I'm gonna play two different sound effects now. So you guys use both.
Crank up the tunes.
That's
Right.
right.
Ride of the Valkyries would be really good here.
It's copyrighted.
That's all I can do.
Composer from the 18th century
Let's
is.
say I think it's one of the few songs we can use actually.
Here's the song comes out from his grave.
Damn it! Claimed it from beyond the grave. Hate this future.
All right. You all both begin to approach the compound. APC team, you can really only approach it from the street, and as you approach it from the street, you can see it has a metal gate You suspect maybe you can ram it with the APC, just full
We've
speed.
got a metal car.
Yeah, you
Hell
do.
yeah. When metal meets metal, it's great stuff.
Dante, you can see a little bit more because you're coming in from the air. What you see are, you do see a yard, like I said, a small 2-story building with a gate around it, and then a larger yard to the east of that. And you can see like 4 or 5 people sort of
Birds.
patrolling the yard out there, and they do look armed. You also, however, see one person on the roof. And as you approach in your dropship, you see this person on the roof start trying to make a call.
Ooh, pick them off. Does the ship have guns? Does she have guns? Is
Hey,
there...
the ship's got a lot of guns.
We have so many guns.
So many guns.
So many guns.
But at this point, I'm going to actually have everybody roll initiative.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
So we're gonna kick the tires and light the fires.
Oh, that's the way.
Do I still have access to that airstrike?
To what?
The airstrike?
Well, the dropship is the airstrike. Like the armaments on the dropship are, yeah.
Well, that's not as
So,
fun.
yes.
I was thinking more of a laser beam.
A laser beam. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Initiative dice.
Yes.
Which is 2d6.
I realized I didn't actually remember these guys.
How many initiatives do you get to roll?
How many initiatives are there going to be, at least initially? Okay.
But no xenomorphs this time, guys. So things are looking up, right?
Things are looking up.
As far as we know,
You
these
might
guys
have to
don't
survive
have
this one.
acid for blood. And
You
12
never
dice
know.
for armor.
As far as we know.
One of them pulls off his mask and it's a giant alien head. Oh no, you crafty bastards.
Like that one mask was like compressing his head inside of there.
It's
or
like
something.
balloons out.
it all comes popping out.
Like a mattress that's been packed in a box.
Okay,
Xenomorphs the whole time.
Well, as you, this is
Fuck,
pretty
they all roll pretty
appropriate.
good.
They all roll pretty well, but as you all approach, you hear just AK-47s from the yard just
40,
going off.
47s.
For AK-47s, thank you. They are just firing from the yard at your dropship, and you can hear the bullets plinking off of the airship, clearly doing almost nothing.
Oh, it's gonna be a massacre. All right.
Light it up.
And that is what all 4 of these folks are doing. And Chaplain, it is your turn right now.
Hammer, you know what to do.
What is the APC situation right now?
I'll let you use your turn, basically, because I'm not putting Ion on the map on the initiative turn right now. I'll let you use your turn to sort of guide him to bust through the gate, drive the APC into this yard.
Very calmly be like, there is the most structurally advantageous spot for an aggressive entry point.
All right, he's like, I hear you. And he hits the gas and revs the APC at the metal gate.
Does he also control the guns and stuff, or is that a separate?
People can get on the guns, actually, if they want to.
Presumably, we've got at least 1 or 2 of us on the gun. I don't carry
I'll
guns, so maybe I should be on a APC gun.
Right, you can absolutely do that. Yeah. You guys bust through the gate, and as you bust through this gate,
Yeah, can I? I don't actually. Does my Android program?
There's a reason you don't carry guns.
There is.
Right.
But if I was told by a superior, or what were our instructions? I guess when it came to these guys, were we given?
In terms of these enemy forces,
Yeah.
I mean, you could go. I think it wasn't explicit, but I think you could go lethal on them. I mean, they're enemy combatants, and you're doing a raid, so it's not the assumption isn't that you're going to take all these people alive.
Right.
You're gonna kill him.
Yeah. Maybe I try to like hit him in the legs or something. I don't know
No.
if you can even do that with this kind of gun, but
Headshot.
with my
Headshot.
I literally don't know if I would be programmed not to harm people in general or just the right people.
Right. Okay, I'm going to give you something, Chaplain, since you're on it. I'm going to give you all access to it.
Full access. Like R2-D2 where I like just plug my finger into the car and I have access.
So, what you're going to do, Chaplain, is on this character sheet, this is the dropship's character sheet, you're going to go to the bottom right is where the weapons are. Most of the information's already plugged in, but you're going to have to plug in your under where on the bottom left where it says gunner ranged. You have to plug in your range skill there.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Okay. I probably don't have a range.
Oh, this is the dropship. Sorry, you're in the APC. I gave you the wrong
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll give you that.
I don't have a... Do I use my agility? I don't have a ranged combat skill. Literally, it's a 0.
So it'd be whatever your agility is, and that's it.
Okay. Which is actually pretty high. Alright. Do I want to be on the phased plasma pulse cannon turret or the 20mm Gatling gun? Armor piercing full auto on the Gatling gun. Max range long. Target range medium. Plasma pistol has a 6 damage, 1 bonus.
So it looks like the plasma cannon may be have less bonus to attack, but does more damage.
Yeah.
But the Gatling gun has a better 2 hit.
I'm probably using the Gatling gun then here.
Yeah.
I don't think I would do too much damage to these guys.
All right, then plug in your 2 or whatever your agility is into gunner range.
6.
Oh, damn.
I'm a robot.
Yeah.
I have a 0 ranged combat, but all my stats are really high. Okay, and then hit the attack button.
Yep.
All right.
Get him! Get him!
Okay.
Get him better than that.
Yeah.
Which one were you targeting as you burst through this gate?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say number 2, right in front of it.
Sure.
Surgeons aren't wearing any armor.
Oh.
These are the
It's literally just people that picked up guns.
Yep. All right. That doesn't exactly kill this one, but it
Really?
cuts the legs out from under her. You do 4 damage.
Yeah.
Base damage of 3 and then 1 extra. And
Weird.
you cut the legs out from under her and she just goes falling to the ground.
I think that one is down, Captain.
Again, in the Chaplain, in the gunner seat of the APC, you hear the clink of AK-47s firing at you, but they are not piercing the APC's armor right now.
Yeah, on the other hand, we don't want to exit this thing necessarily until we clear the path.
You do notice all these people are calling, the one on the roof, the dropship can see that they're on the radio, and these 4 in the yard are calling out farther into the compound. Yeah. So this place does seem like it's been activated.
Did want to stay
Mason.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I inside the APC?
You are currently. You can exit if you want, but
Not with all those people shooting at us. Hear all the bullets tink, 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 tink outside.
That's right. Yep.
So, Chaplain is on the... which weapon? The Gatling?
Gatling,
yeah.
Yeah.
You could use a different one if you wanted to.
The plasma. Can I just wait it out? The vehicle's moving, right?
Vehicle is moving, but it's just crashed through a gate, so it's not going to be moving a whole lot more. This is basically pretty much as far in as you guys are going to get
You
with
could
the
open the
APC.
door and just kind of poke out, shoot, and then just
And you'd have cover that way, too.
have cover.
Okay, let's do that. So I put my head and take
Okay.
aim. Shoot somebody.
Give me a roll. You can take by taking aim, you can get a +2. But what you notice is that you, without the aid of the machinery, firing in this blizzard would have a -2 for shooting and out in the snowy blizzard. But it would even out if you're actually taking aim. So just give me a regular roll of whatever weapon you want to roll. Wow. Do you want to push that?
No successes on 7 dice.
You could push that.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
You
I
just
duck back
fired.
in.
Fire
I
go
just-
back in. Okay.
Yeah, I just
You're just doing the covering fire right now.
Yeah.
Or what they call it,
Yeah.
suppression fire.
Yep.
try to show them.
Silva.
We got weapons too.
Yeah.
I'll try the same thing. Just poke out and fire my gun.
Did we take those RPGs that the
You can say. I think you did talk about backing up the weaponry. So let's say
Okay.
yes. They're in the APC right now.
Let's do a grenade.
A grenade. It's probably pretty good.
Probably.
You could probably hit 1 or 2 of them.
I'll hit more than that.
Ooh.
Who are you targeting?
Let's see.
If you're popping out of the right side, you can see like number 4, number 5 down here.
That's
Oh wait, no,
two-
you can't see 5. I'm sorry. The blizzard is.
two
Yeah.
successes.
So you can see 4, 3, and 2.
Two.
I cut the legs off one of them. Forgot which
Yeah.
one.
You remember which one that was?
I think it was-
Mother.
It was to the north. You can see number 2 is
All right. And he's still alive though.
still alive.
All right. Well, let's do it in between 2 and 3.
Okay. Give me 9. Just roll me 9 dice. That is a successful hit. In fact, give me 10 dice because I think you can add a dice on a blast. You can add a dice for each success after the first. So just give me a D10 roll, not D10, but on your character sheet at the top, roll 10 dice.
10d6.
Okay, that blast knocks number 3 back against these ATVs that were parked right here, and absolutely just destroys number 2. And
Nice.
their body goes ragdolling away.
Aaron and I are very upset over here in our plane.
They got the first skill down there.
Dante,
Ooh. I love this dropship token. It looks so cool.
All right, Dante, that's me. Let's see here. We're gonna start firing some shit. All right. Where's my thingy that tells me what weapons we have on this again?
it's the character sheet.
Yeah.
I can show it to you again. To the bottom. It has a lot of weapons. That
It
dropship
has a
has.
lot of weapons.
Air-to-air missiles are probably not useful here. It does have
Probably
some
not.
just. It does have some just tactical missile launchers,
Jesus.
All right.
but it's
let's
also
put-
got. Go ahead.
We're gonna leave Zimzuski as flying the plane.
Okay.
Hammer's gonna get the 25mm Gatling gun,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell him, "Have fun, brother."
All right. He
And
will absolutely
then,
have fun.
You will.
let's see here.
So what you're gonna want to do, whichever one you're firing on the bottom left where it says gunner ranged, add your number there. Whatever your range plus your agility is, add that number.
Okay. Do we think the Banshee rockets are okay?
Probably. Those are probably pretty effective.
Yeah. Target medium. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
So I added in where it says RC. See, where do I add my number in?
Bottom left, which
Gunner
says
ranged.
gunner ranged. Yeah.
Okay, and it was which one again?
Which one are you trying to fire?
I'm gonna be doing the Banshee rockets.
Oh, I think it's actually. I think they're called something different on here. It's the AGM 220 Hellhound missiles.
Okay.
No, she's
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There it is. No, there it is. Yeah, yeah.
50mm
You're right.
Banshee 70
Yeah, I just-
unguided rocket launcher.
The names are so long.
Yeah.
You can't see.
All right. So what do I? Which you told me which number to add, and I.
What is your gunner or what is your range combat?
Range combat. 4, and my agility is 3.
So add 7.
Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty.
And
So
there's
we
also a
know that
spot
the people.
for stress.
There
Yeah,
is
for
actually. You
plugging
should
the
probably.
stress
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put my stress in.
Put your stress in. Yep.
Alright. And so we know the people we want are on the top floor.
It's a +10.
Yes.
Alright. And then these people up here are just kind of up on the toppest floor, like just shooting down.
On the roof. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
There's
The
one person on the
toppest,
roof.
the toppest floor.
Yeah. The toppest floor. What is a roof if not the toppest floor?
Exactly. Alright, so yeah, we'll just we'll kind of aim at them and
This
just
building
see what
has
happens.
the toppest floor.
We got Zmuski like pointing the thing in this way so that way we can just like strafe and keep
Yep.
going. So I don't know if that worked or not.
Sure did.
Yeah. 2 successes,
targeting-
no panic.
Are you targeting number 1 on the roof, or are you targeting the yard?
Yeah,
Okay.
that number 1 on the roof.
Okay, on your character sheet, will you go to the top and put base 12 and roll that number for me? Or I'm sorry, put base 13 because you did roll 2 successes.
Okay. Which character sheet? The
Yours.
dropship or mine?
It actually doesn't matter, but I think yours is the only one that has that top section. Actually,
I'm trying to find it. Oh,
it's
base.
right
there it
underneath
is.
your name. Yeah.
Base 13, you said?
Yep. And then hit the roll button.
Three successes.
Okay.
I do a lot of
base-
damage.
Base damage 3 successes on the blast.
It's
So
nice.
you don't even see this person's body, but you see the roof, part of the roof explode, and
No more
the person is
topless floor.
presumably goes with it because they are gone.
They're pink dust.
You literally just sent a missile, just
You did.
blew up the
Mhm.
whole
Hey,
section
I'm
of
letting
it.
Hammer start going crazy with that Gatling gun,
We
man.
are going in hard, yeah.
Oh shit!
What?
I should have done that. Can I bring it back? Damn it!
Oh, you deleted
I
the...
deleted, and I forgot that if whichever one. I have to put them all back on the thing. That's annoying. Oh, I did it. Nice. Sort of. Do you guys see the insurgents on the map? On the turn order?
I see one.
One of them.
C1, yeah. It was
Okay.
on there until a second ago, and then it got reduced to 1. Maybe that's what happened.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you
blew
add
a hole in the
X's
thing.
instead of deleting them?
Yes, I can. I'll do that. I was just trying to be dramatic with his body's gone.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it didn't work out that way.
Yeah. It was the load-bearing token.
That's right.
You just move it over to a dark corner. No one will see it.
Right. Okay. I need to... Boy, they get really good initiative, though, don't they?
Not gonna help them.
Probably not.
They brought guns to a tank fight and a helicopter fight.
However, at the start of the round, well, first thing that happens at the start of the round is the Hammer and Jabuski do their thing. They fly
They
this
strafe it.
dropship
Oh,
over
Crash
over
right
the
into it.
I love that it's a token. It's so cool.
over the building, and what you see is when the dropship gets over the building, Dante, rappelling ropes do deploy off either side of the dropship for you guys to rappel down to the building. But as
Seems
Yabuski
like
is
it.
flying it in, yeah, Hammer
Goes insane.
goes insane.
It turns out he doesn't know how to shoot at all. All bark and no bite.
He doesn't actually care much about
The sanctity of
lowering
life.
increasing his stress either. So he's going to go full auto on these guys. He just starts, you hear him just screaming.
That's right.
He bonus
Yeah!
advantaged his attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, 3 successes, no panic.
And he is sort of doing 3 and 4 because they're close enough to do full auto on. And he's going to transfer that other 2 damage to number 4. He just sweeps this like minigun along the yard, absolutely destroys number 3, and number 4 gets a bullet in the gut.
Remember, he's armor piercing too.
Yes, well, they're not wearing any armor, actually.
Yeah.
The other thing that happens at the end of at the beginning of the round, though, also is you see people begin emerging from the house and a shed that connected to the inner yard, and
They're
these
shaking.
folks,
When the
You
shed
note-
is shaken, don't come awaken.
you notice these folks are wielding
Pitchforks?
rocket-propelled grenades.
Anti-dropship ordnance?
They have anti-dropship ordnance.
No.
Jabuski
I'll
says,
scream over to Hammer.
I think it's time to get out.
Take us around the long way. Bring us back in.
They both.
We've got the best weapons.
Dante is not going to give up that fucking guided rocket launcher for nothing.
I think Hammer would go down with that Gatling gun.
Yeah. But we in the APC see this too, right? That's right in front of us.
You do. There, yeah, it is right in front of you. Absolutely.
But you don't take the dropship.
But our job is to provide the cover for the air.
The AKs continue to fire at you, and one of the RPGs, the last one on this token order, you see them turn towards your dropship, aim the RPG, and fire it. And the RPG hits one of the fans on the side of the dropship, and the whole thing wrenches to the side.
Ooh.
And Jamuski says, I don't know how much longer this thing's going to stay in the air.
You suck at piloting this thing, Jabuski.
Damn it, Shamushki.
All right, fine. Let's go. Everybody. Down, down, down. Jabuski, set it to land in there with all the blades of railing.
Land on them.
The topmost floor, please.
I'm
Chaplain,
not going
you're
to
up.
live that down for a while, am I?
No.
The toppest floor.
The topest floor.
This is the
It is the
upstairs
toppest floor.
This is the upstairs case thing.
Hey, yeah. I want you guys to be like talking about your house. You point at the roof and go, up there on the topest floor.
The topmost floor.
That's the attic. Because you
Yeah.
can like literally stand up there. That's the toppest floor.
Chaplain.
Yeah, I think. Can I see the guy who's firing the RPG? Can I aim at that
Yeah,
person?
they're yeah, I think you can see them. Maybe you can't. Let's see. You can
One
barely
of
see
those
them.
RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a -2 on that because they are in the blizzard pretty hard.
That's fair, but I think I still want to target because I saw that like RPG like
You
just shoot
did.
out of the dropship.
Yep.
There it is. All right, so still using the gun, targeting that person. Still with the 6 skill, right?
Yep.
Oh, no successes though.
Yeah, no successes
like
on the Gatling
9
gun.
dice. Jeez,
You
they
just
are.
you.
You know what? I forgot to give myself -2 also when I did that.
Oh yeah. Your bullets just litter the ground.
Yep.
Just.
I say like recalculating.
That's right. All right,
Captain,
the second.
this blizzard is affecting visibility.
The second insurgent with another RPG again takes aim at the dropship, fires it. It hits more closely along the hull, and again, the fiery explosion from the back end. Smoke is coming out of the back of this APC. It does not look long for this world, even if it doesn't take another hit. It looks like it's not going to be
APC
up
or
for much
dropship?
look. The dropship, sorry, dropship. APC has not been hit yet.
That's right.
Mason.
Oh, Team ABC.
Mason.
Tapic. Mason's out.
Mason's out.
Ray, back to us.
He's asleep at the gun.
Sorry.
His stress level's so low right now.
Yeah.
So calm, so calm. I'm gonna do the same thing. Just, you know what? Let's just burn everything.
So
All right.
try to attack the guys that are firing on the dropship if you can.
Can I
Burn them.
Can I see where one of those RPG guys is?
Like right.
Yes, you can see them.
corner
They're kind of
vision.
close out of your range. I would give you a -2 from inside the ship or inside the dropship. So the APC.
Every time you want to do one, you always say the other one.
I know. I said the other one. Yep.
I'll run out this time.
Hell yeah.
They're, they're not on the top of this floor.
Charge forward.
But where is it? Is it this one down here?
Down
from
here.
before?
Down, it's these two
Right
purple
beyond
ones.
that guy
down
in the
here.
darkness.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. So about here then.
Can you
Can I
see
hit
them again?
number?
Yeah.
Can I hit number 4?
Number 4 is not one of the ones with the RPGs.
Uh-oh.
It's these two down here.
They are almost dead.
Yeah, number 4 did take a hit earlier. Yes.
I wonder if it's worth getting on the intercom, Silva, and just I don't know, asking them to surrender, maybe, if that works. I don't know how much of the cards we're holding
Yeah.
here, but we've killed several of their forces already, and we are coming in with a lot of firepower. And especially if you tell them to hand over the Marines, then maybe we'll leave them alone, which is probably a lie, but you know.
Yeah.
Man. All right, let me push this one. I'm really
Okay.
determined.
Are you really going to be
Yeah.
the one to tell Hammer he has to let go of the Gatling gun?
You got hit by another RPG. The Gatling gun is probably inoperational now.
Oh no, Hammer's so extra pissed.
Yeah.
What is pushing evolve again? A stress level and then
Increase your stress by 1 and then re-roll the whole thing. Yeah.
This Mason's
There
first
we go.
stressed.
Okay.
great.
One success.
Base
with the
damage
push.
of 2. Which one were you targeting?
Number 1.
Oh, I have
Number
a
1.
command ability. Man, I forgot about that.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's always, it's a good one. And you can use it as slow action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you put a bullet right in their gut. They're still up, but
Yeah.
Silva.
Can I
I
multi-attack?
will say.
You what?
Multi-attack.
No. You cannot hold that.
What level do I get that?
Mm-hmm.
Surrender now. Drop your weapons. No one else has to get hurt.
Give me a manipulation roll.
With a bonus because we've been killing them?
Maybe, but also they are like in flight mode. Like they are in active war mode at the moment, and they are so in active war mode that they will go down. They don't think you're gonna take them alive. It's kill or be killed.
Try it, boss.
Uh,
Oh, push.
is that a fast or slow action?
That would be your slow action.
Alright, so shoot.
Sorry, yeah, the other way around. Yes, you can still shoot. Yes.
Alright.
Can push it. Although,
Push it real
with
good.
I'm so stressed.
Yeah, it adds one
Yeah.
stress.
Do it.
I'm gonna.
Do it.
No, I'm gonna grenade number 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the opposite. Throw a grenade.
damn it.
Oh, 1 success and 1 panic on that roll.
Okay, give me a panic roll, please. See if you're able to maintain the hit. You're able to maintain the hit.
Okay, rolled a 2 on the roll, the 5 with the +3 stress. Keeping it together.
Give me a 10 dice roll, please. Or no, I'm sorry, 9 dice. You didn't get an extra success. Give me a 9 dice roll, please, for the blast of your grenade. Okay, so that does. You said you're aiming at 2.
Yeah.
It does 3 to him and does 2 to the person next to him, which, funnily enough, kills the person next to him.
All right.
Dante, the ship's going down. Are you getting out?
Yeah, I'm getting out.
The
Misky and his inability to fly the damn bird.
the rappelling ropes are leading you straight down to the ceiling, which has now collapsed a little bit, meaning you can kind of just get right into the first or the second story of this building.
Okay.
Will you give me a mobility roll, please?
No.
Right into the hornet's nest. How many have we seen so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've only seen half of them. 1 success, 1 panic on the mobility.
Okay, give me a panic roll, please. All right.
Keeping it together.
Among all this chaos,
Cool
it's very,
cucumber.
very action movie-like. There's bullets flying, RPGs are flying, and you're rappelling down the rope as this stuff flies through the blizzard.
Oh, hey, I gotta give you a D6 roll too.
Oh, yes, you do. Although that would be really hard for you to fire while you're rappelling down a
I
rope.
mean-
Both your hands are.
Yeah.
I've seen Tom Cruise do it. It's fine.
Okay. You slide down that rope, Dante.
I do slide down that rope. I look cool. I land with an action hero pose.
You do, and as you land on this roof, it has
So
been
close.
destroyed. It's been destroyed to the degree that you kind of land more on the second floor of the building. You kind of like just kind of slide down the ceiling and come into this second floor.
I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna have to remember how to do this bit. There we go. Actually, you're here, they're not here. Dante, as you slide into the second floor of this building, you see a few different sights. This second floor has been absolutely trashed. Walls have been knocked down, furniture crushed. You look around, and are you actually seeing the map?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. You look around, and you see the bodies of people all over this second floor. Some have had their heads ripped off. Some have just been crushed. There's at least 5 or 6 different dead bodies in this room. It looks like this used to be like 2 different bedrooms, but the walls have been knocked down.
Okay.
What you immediately see directly to your south, in sort of the partition of one of the rooms, is a youngish, maybe mid-20s black woman who is handcuffed to a metal railed bed that's been bolted to the floor. And she's looking at you with desperate eyes. She's saying, and she's like almost in a half whisper, "Give me a weapon." The other thing your eyes are
It's like
drawn
horror
to
movie
is
shit. This is crazy.
in the corner of the room, a couple of the bodies seem to have been piled up somehow. And from those piled up bodies at your entrance, another person rises up. It's a woman who's got black veins running through her skin, black matted hair covered in sweat. But she looks like a woman otherwise. She stands up, and as she notices your presence, and she says, "I just need some relief." And she starts stalking towards you.
Fun.
At the end of the round, however, behind you, Jamuski and Hammer are also rappelling down into this room. behind you, and that is that they spend their turn doing that. Back at the APCs, once more, the AKs can do nothing against
Wolves.
the APC. You all, though, what you see at this point is take them off this map. The airships spin and outside of the gates, you hear it sort of kind of gently, but you hear just the crunch and fire of the APC sliding against the ground outside.
Whoops, we forgot to set the parking brake.
It's we know which one he means.
I do. Yeah, you know what I mean.
He has a 50% chance every time, and he gets it.
and I go the
100%
opposite
wrong
way
every
every
time.
single time.
Like our kid with putting her shoes on.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's impressive.
it really
Yep.
is.
Chaplain.
Do we want to call it after that moment, or do you have another spot? for the session?
We can go if we can go like 10 more minutes. We'll get to the end.
Okay.
We'll get to a good stopping point.
Okay. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I will rain hell with the gun because there's still enemies here, and we saw that we saw the people rappel down. I assume from here. So we need to get in their back. Can Dante? I guess maybe on your turn you can radio us about it.
Right.
Kind of busy.
Yeah.
There's a weird thing in here.
All right, I'm just gonna shoot at number 4 nearby.
Okay.
With 1 success.
Okay. Number 4, 1 success. 3 damage. You blast their head off, which I don't know how you feel about that as an android, but
Orders are orders.
that's right.
Wait, who gave you a gun?
The APC, I guess.
Yeah. Mason.
I do feel conflicted about Ray is gone. He is.
Okay. Mason. How many?
Oh,
Oh no, he's back.
sorry. I don't recognize my name right now.
Right. Who's Mason?
I know, it was Mason, sorry. Same thing. Help focus head out and then shoot at number 1 again.
Okay. Or number 2 now, because number 1's dead, but
Is this
Oh, so I don't see the X. I don't see the
the
X's.
Tony Danza
okay.
thing when they had to have all his characters named Tony?
Yeah.
right.
Wait, really?
Wow.
Oh,
that's
damn.
His main character on the show. Who's
That
this?
you just blast
successes.
right into this RPG. The RPG goes flying. This person is done.
Great. All right.
Yeah, we are stacking them up back here.
Yes, you are. Silva.
Get out. And just all corpses out here?
Yes. All just corpses out here.
Start making my way towards the building.
Yep. You can see a gate down here that leads into the building. You think it might take a comm check roll because it looks like a locked gate, but there is a data pad next to it for someone with a electronic key, but you could try to hack into it.
It's
Contact.
0000.
A Comtech. Yeah, 0000. Yeah. They never actually put a password in. That's not going to get you in, but you didn't panic either.
Did the stress die show up?
Yes, for me it did.
Yeah.
For you it didn't.
No. All right.
Three
They're all
blank
blank.
yellows.
Yeah, I assumed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assume.
Do the bodies have a keypad or something on them?
You could look, but it might take a second to search their bodies to find the keypad. Meanwhile, though, Dante,
Yeah, I got a problem.
yes. Wojcik, or Wojciech. Wojciech is her name, not Wojcik. It's spelled Wojcik. Wojciech who you recognize now. You've looked at the picture enough, but covered in sweat, matted hair, black veins running through her body. She repeats it again. Just some relief. And
Relief
she
from what?
just tries to
Wait,
just
we need information.
grab your head.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
Oh my god!
Oh no! She's about to rip your head off.
Dante, you can give me an armor roll, please, as this woman. Also, you can also spend
Just with our
your
hands?
fast action on your next turn. You can use that to block also.
Okay.
But like it's like holding your gun out in front of you, trying to block a close combat attack.
Do you need to roll a panic roll?
She does not. She is incapable of panicking right now.
She basically is panicking right now. This is.
She is
beyond
panicking
panic.
right now. Yeah, this is panic.
I blocked one of it.
All right, now okay, yeah. The other thing you can do is give me a block check if you want. Try to block it, and that's just a close combat roll.
Okay.
God, how many fucking dice did you roll? 1, 2, 3, 4,
She is very stressed.
12, 13, like 15 dice, and Wojak got 4 successes.
1, 2. Okay, so that's 1, 2. All right, Wojciech grabs you by either side of your head and just starts squeezing and does 2 points of damage to you.
Okay.
Relief.
How is crushing
Get
my head
this
giving you relief?
bitch off of me!
Chaplain.
Not a
I just start
dispensing.
screaming to get her off of me.
Assuming I can tell the captain is struggling with the keypad, perhaps
Yeah.
the android can assist with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Probably.
struggling here.
So I will rush out and calmly say, "Allow me, captain." And
No, I can do it myself.
I'm sure
Go
you
away.
can, but this is a specialty of mine. I better be. I have a plus fucking 4 to Comtech and a 4 of wit, so it's an 8 to hack this fucking door, right?
Try
Yeah.
0, 0, 0, 0.
I'm telling you, just try the numbers.
Oh, thank
Wow, that's what he ends up doing. He ends up
God,
trying
a
0, 0, 0,
success.
0.
Yeah. I'll start here at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Bing! Yes! Nailed it.
All right, the door opens. Actually, I need to.
And you find a freak off.
Sorry, the door opens. Yeah, you guys can get through. This is the lock gate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you all now to a different map.
He didn't hear me.
I didn't hear you. I'm ignoring you.
That's rude, Christopher.
These people aren't here. These people aren't here.
So everybody's dead except for the 2 ladies that we were sent here to fight. 2
It
Marines.
sure seems like it.
Okay.
But
One's
yes,
handcuffed and one's a monster.
that's right. All right. Now you're on a different map, but still the same situation applies. This door has opened, and you were able to go through.
I don't know. I don't think I have any more movement left with the.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Because I jumped out of the APC and ran all the way here to open the door, so
Okay.
presumably that's about as far as I can get, I assume. But
Also, I just realized moving you. No, it didn't. It moved your.
well,
Initiative.
it doesn't show up for us is the problem. You might be able to see it, but I don't think we see the initiatives on the new map.
I don't see it, yeah.
Yeah, that's a roll 20 issue, I think.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Or it's not bizarre. It's how Roll20 works. It's just.
Yeah.
Hamza.
Okay. So you guys don't see your initiatives on this page at all?
No.
Okay.
I only see the
I'm
bad guys on this
just gonna have you guys redo your initiatives.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest
at
thing
the
to
start
do.
of the round. Yeah. Oh, Wojciech.
I think I rolled the same number.
I did not.
How do you do that? Initiative dice.
Okay. Mason,
Little
you're
better,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I go through the door. Wait, what door? This
It's
little
down
door?
here. Yep.
This door?
Indeed.
Wait,
as you go
how
to
do I
that door, you can kind of see to the north that there is a light coming through an open doorway to the house.
Wait. Is this a separate room? Like,
Oh, I added the cloud there so you guys can see what was going on in the upstairs room. That's upstairs.
oh, okay. So I don't know what's in here.
No, you
Okay.
don't. Yeah.
All right, but you said there's a light, so I'll just.
There's a light. Yeah, there's a door up here. Yep.
Can I stealth?
You can, but as you get close, you hear that it may not be necessary.
After breaching.
You hear screaming and loud noises coming from the doorway, specifically more from upstairs.
Okay, so if I go here, I see 2 dead bodies.
You do! It looks like UPP soldiers have been flung down these stairs, their bodies bent and broken, and they are dead. And you hear the sounds from upstairs of fighting.
Can I keep going?
Yeah, you can go a little bit farther. I'll get you in the room.
Okay.
Drag you down here. You come upstairs and you see what I've described. A woman, pale, sweaty, gripping right now Dante's head and squeezing.
You hear me
Dark
screaming,
Racer?
get her off, get her off.
Yep.
Do I recognize her?
Yes, you can recognize her because you looked at the picture enough. This is Wojciech, one of the Marines that you are looking for.
At what point do Hammer and Jamuski get to do something?
End of
about
the
this
round.
situation? Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the round.
You said they just
Uh,
followed Dante in, and they're
They
right there.
sure did.
Okay.
Yep. Silva. If you guys all just want to use your turn getting up to the upstairs, I'll let you just do that because there's
Let's
nothing
do
else.
that.
There's something else to be done down here.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think we would
loot?
know that necessarily, but in the context of exploring the house and hearing the screams, I think we'd probably rush
Yes.
up there. But we were expecting resistance in this house, right?
You were, yes.
Was that all my actions? You won't let me shoot?
Oh yeah. You rushed up here. Yeah, I think you spent 2
Oh.
actions to move all the way up here. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good, because I had panic.
Which you all can see the upstairs, right? With the cloud there, it's down at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
Put a little drone cloud up there.
Yep. As you all run up to the stairs, you see the same thing. You see what looks like the other AWOL Marine handcuffed to a bed in the corner of the room. And she is again now yelling because Wojciech is actively doing things. She's like, "Give me a weapon!" She's lost it.
We all have weapons. We'll take care of this.
As you were heading upstairs, Silva, your radio was going off, but in all the chaos, you couldn't really hear what was being said. But as you get upstairs, a couple things happen. One, at the end of the round, Jamuski and Hammer both unload on this woman. Hammer's got the smart gun. He just fires it full auto into this woman's chest. Her body riddled with bullets. She goes thudding backwards. And in the brief quiet, you see oh, I lost my thing.
Oh no, what did you lose?
A page.
Boom.
Wojciech screams and rips out tufts of her own hair. Not just hair, she's peeled her scalp away with it. Her skull bubbles out of the back of her head, elongating as something wet and gray inside her splinters her
does
jaw.
pull her mask off and reveal it.
Nice.
Son of a bitch.
As her teeth clatter to the floor, her body is next. Bones buckle and dislocate under impossibly elastic skin, rearranging themselves into something hideous. Wojciech screams shift from madness to monstrous. With a wet pop, her spinal cord distends and spills down her leg like a bony tail. Fluted tubes erupt from her back, stretching past any limit. Her dermis finally rends, revealing a smooth, cylindrical skulled beast wearing a morbid mask of a human skull. How this behemoth fit inside of her is beyond comprehension. The Wojciech thing sloughs off her flesh suit. Mad eyes tumble from ebon sockets. In their place is nothingness. Two Stygian voids where eyes should be. Set in a metal-mouthed skull face attached to a long, curved head. No longer human, the thing that was Wojciech can only be called alien.
Get it.
Damn. Now we gotta.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to show you a picture.
With human mask?
Is it gonna look like the one from Alien Resurrection? It's like a human face? Because that's really creepy.
A little bit. Not quite, but a little bit. It looks like that.
Yike.
It is got a kind of a human skull, but it is not human. As this thing is emerging from what remained of Wojciech, though, you hear two different things, other things happening.
Would you say this was a stressful event that we witnessed?
You know what? You guys should have two stress at it, actually. One from the fight, and two from this creature emerging. Absolutely. I thank you for reminding
Thanks,
me. Totally,
Android.
I totally forgot about that.
This seems like a very
The one
stressful
person who
situation for everyone to be
Do I
involved.
also add 2 stress?
You do. So give me the D6 twice.
Can I break his legs?
Can we turn him off?
Can we turn him off?
I just have a giant on-off switch in the thing.
You have the switch set to asshole.
I don't need a switch. I'll just put a bullet between your brains.
Don't hate me. I was just programmed that way.
Yeah.
As Wojciech is transforming, though, in not a lull, but suddenly in that moment of not fighting, you hear words coming from one of the radio comm units on one of the insurgents that are dead on this floor. The words coming out of the radio say, "Operation commenced. Take cover." At the same moment, your radio, Silva, from Hatfield, his voice cries out, "Charlie team! Charlie team, return to base!" Repeat, return to base for immediate evac! They're fucking early! Outside, a sound.
You penis,
Like-
peepees are here?
A sound like rolling thunder begins, but it doesn't fade. It builds in volume and intensity. The night sky, darkened by the blowing snow, reveals massive, dark, indistinguishable shapes high above. And from them, pinpricks of light appear and grow in size, an arc towards the earth until the snowy haze is lit like midday. And as one of those streaks of light builds in your direction, its light blinds your eyes and you have a brief moment of quiet before it touches the ground.
That sounds extra stressful.
Before the world around you is consumed in furious cacophony and blazing fire. And that is where we will call it for tonight.
Okay. But other than that, everything is going well.
Other than that, everything's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Got one transformed into an alien, which we're still dealing with, and then the entire
still
enemy
dealing
force
with.
just like touched down.
It seems that way.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much to Chris for putting us through that game mothering blender. To Heather, Raymond, and Reese for playing. Head on over to our live post-session discussion, Shatter of Worlds, after this show tonight. Thank you so much to all the wonderful fans for watching and the patrons helping make these shows happen. Shouts to Platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, Brandon, Zenicider, Roleplay Roll, Christopher, Big Nut, John, Nathan, Andrew, Stephanie, Jason, Lumpy Squads, Ward, Harold, Unimone LLC, Tom, 13 the Dogs, Marcus, Snuggy, Hugo, Jerry, Shay, Matthew, and Gold patrons, RPG Paper Cramps, Blue Boy, and Yuma, Desert Lounge, Rome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Rufus, Jerry, Glenn, and Mark. Thank you all very much for your support. We will live stream our RPG adventures every week. including next time. Still no deaths, technically, though, which is
Still technically no deaths.
kind of amazing.
We'll see at the beginning of this next session. I feel like we're good.
we might be in some trouble. We'll see.
Yeah. No more stress. No more stress.
No more stress.
Maybe
The
a
sweet
little bit
embrace of
stress.
death will free you from stress.
Can you die from stress?
Just heart attack.
Yeah, it's called hypertension. I don't know.
Yeah.